Hello, I am Lucas. I am a sophomore student at the English Language, Literature and Arts program, and today I'm going to talk about assessing speaking based on Brown's ideas. Brown starts out mentioning one interconnection when it comes to assessing listening. From a pragmatic view of language performance, listening and speaking are almost always closely interrelated. This affirmation makes even more sense as when it comes to assessing speaking, you cannot isolate oral production tests as easily as you do while assessing listening. It is most likely that you will have to take into account the oral participation in order to properly assess oral language. However, it is not impossible to assess without an oral participation, as we can also analyze monologues, speeches, or storytelling aloud. Going even further, even inside the classroom, you can assess your students' speech informally when they ask or affirm something during class, for example. Due to the creative nature of speech, in which the speaker makes choices of lexicon, structure, and discourse, it is very important that task designers pay attention to how they will elicit the desired grammatical categories from their speakers, in a way that they don't dodge the target form. For example, if you want your speakers to speak using a certain vocabulary, tone of voice, or speed, you must design the task thinking of eliciting these grammatical categories. The author doesn't mention this, but also individual human factors such as nervousness, diction, and accents might influence the speaker's speech. The ambient in which the assessment will take place is also important, as noise or sounds may interfere with the result of the speech. As assessing speaking might be tricky due to the freedom of choice that the speakers are given, Brown points out that one solution might be to assign not one, but several scores for each response, each score representing one of several traits: pronunciation, fluency, vocabulary use, grammar, comprehensibility, etc. From my perspective, with defined criteria, not only helps the task designers to score the speakers precisely, but also, by letting the speakers check their performance and providing feedback, it gets easier for them to work on their weaknesses. Basic types of speaking. Number 1. Imitative. At one end of a continuum of types of speaking performance is the ability to simply parrot back, imitate, a word or phrase or possibly a sentence. Number 2. Intensive. The production of short stretches of oral language designed to demonstrate competence for a narrow band of grammatical, phrasal, lexical, or phonological relationships. Number 3. Responsive. Responsive assessment tasks include interaction and task comprehension, but at a somewhat limited level of very short conversations. Number 4. Interactive. Interaction can take the two forms of transactional language, which has the purpose of exchanging specific information, or interpersonal exchanges, which have the purpose of maintaining social relationships. Number 5. Extensive. Extensive oral production includes speeches, oral presentations, and storytelling. Micro and macro skills of speaking. The micro and macro skills consist of two sets of various components of speaking, which can be selected by the task designers to become the objectives of a speaking assessment test. The micro skills refer to producing the smaller chunks of language, such as phonemes, morphemes, words, collocations, and phrasal units. On the other side, the macro skills imply the speaker's focus on the larger elements: fluency, discourse, function, style, cohesion, non-verbal communication, and strategic options. I hope you enjoyed learning about assessing speaking. Thank you for watching. Bye now!